So we're pretty industry focused. We're good at these industries that we work with, from logistics, warehouse operations, manufacturing, and also construction and energy. Typically the type of customers that we work with. But I want to explain a little bit how we create value with Novacura Flow. So these, what I will show you will go fast. You don't have to understand the details. I'll just try to inspire you a little bit on what we do and what we can do with the platform and our knowledge. So we can do shop floor reporting. We do that a lot, and including machine integration. So you can do anything around the shop order with the platform. One thing is like quality inspections that we can do as well, where you can add a lot of intelligence to the app, like with adding files. We can also kind of do vision AI on the product, so you can automatically determine the quality of a product. Warehouse management is one or kind of core competences, core apps that we do, where you can handle these barcode scanners and you can do everything really simple, really efficient in all your warehouse transactions. Another specific app which we have also done is like the returnable package management, where you handle these boxes in an efficient way, so you can have a flow not only for your goods but also for the boxes, the pallets you have in your business. So there's a whole app around that. You want to say something about that?
Well, what I can say about it is that many of the solutions that are for returnable packaging in the market as specific solutions that are not connected to a specific ERP system, they have been developed for the customer side of these cycles, whereas there are no ready apps in the market apart from ours that are specifically made for the supplier side. So if you are a supplier in any industry where you are using a returnable packaging, there is a very significant advantage in using this solution because it's been made for the suppliers. In addition, of course, it's already pre-integrated with IFS, which for all of you here is a specific advantage.
So the point here is a little bit that if you have a business need and you don't have an immediate solution for it, you can build that with Novacura Flow, and you can build it easily with the platform. We have a bunch of different delivery apps. So as a truck driver or someone who does a delivery has a mobile application where you can sign off the delivery. You can get have the customer to sign off as well. You can create delivery notes and receipt notes when you do the delivery.
Adding to that also, of course, you can have the customer sign on your display when you deliver. You can even have customer paying with a credit card upon delivery, should that be part of your business process. All depending on your needs, what you include.
In addition to do mobile apps and like more kind of operational things, we can also do portals, like more B2B portals or internal portals for different processes. For a process manager, for example, or a warehouse manager, you can create different types of portal. Everything is configurable. You can get all the data you need. You can get it from IFS basically, but you can also get data from other systems that you use in your process.
Before you change, we had a question actually from a customer yesterday where we were presenting the portal, and that was specifically, well, what if I want to see this information on my mobile phone? Can I do that? The answer is yes, because each of these elements in the portal are an app in their own respect. So this kind of information that's possibly important for a manager to be able to go in and check wherever he or she may be. You have that access wherever you are. You're waiting in the line for the aircraft, and you can control things right there and then.
Maintenance and service is something that we do really a lot as well. So anything from from field service, mobile reporting or handling work orders on the field, to maintenance, also to maintenance planning, which is another usage for the portal that you saw just before. So we have a lot of different applications around work orders and service. This is one example, actually the portal one then. So you have like a planning portal where you can see where you have all the work, and you can plan it. You can also use the power that you saw in IFS with the scheduling. You can use that, but you can put another interface on top of IFS, as the interface in IFS is not always what you want to have. You can also make this mobile then, of course. So that's a bunch of screens here where you can see you can combine different types of interfaces here, like a Gantt chart, a scheduler. There's a lot of different elements that you can use to compose. You compose your interface like this in the portal. Construction engineering, kind of the same, where we do different portals. You have more integrations to typical construction software that you use. But it's a lot about projects, handling projects in construction, both planning and reporting. There's a lot of buzz around data management also, where we also do a lot of things to kind of clean up the data that you have in IFS, and where you can build smart apps to make sure that you don't have any duplicate parts, supplies, whatever you can have. So if you've been running IFS for a long time, you probably have a lot of not so good data in IFS where we can help to build apps to provide better data, and also to make sure that when you create a new part, for example, that you make it according to your process with your data. You get it on all the sites that you have, and you get all the information into IFS in a good way. This is kind of on the same topic, where we do data cleansing on any type of data, basically, using AI also for this, so you can find duplicates with different conditions. So you can select here what type of action or condition you want to have to label something as a duplicate, and then find the data that you need to remove. Machine integration, we can do that as well, connected to different types of machine with different types of protocol, everything from Modbus to OPC UA. So we get all the parts in a process connected. So this is an example of that. Product time reporting, also something that we do a lot, also ourselves. If you want to report time on a project, you can do that really easily here, which also gives you the possibility to make it mobile, but you can also make it customized. You can do it your own way when you report time. Supply invoice automation, there's a lot of different examples here, so I'm sorry for the fast speed, but we just want to inspire you how we can do different types of applications in different ways, using the same platform, using the same concept. So you can do supply invoice automation where you get invoices on email, on an FTP, we extract that. You had the same, IFS showed the same before, but what we can do is automate the full process until you have the end posted supplier invoice in IFS just as you wanted.
Even one step further, it can be automated all the way until it has been paid, depending on, of course, to what level of human control you want to add to it. But it's possible through the automatic mapping against all required control posts, you can even take it to the point that you never need to manually interact with an invoice, because everything is being controlled before taking to that point. Of course, always, depending on how far you want to bring it, you're always in control.
So that was a lot of fast examples, but hopefully you can catch something that is relevant for your business. So how do we do this? Like what kind of makes us being able to do all these different applications? So we have a platform that we call Novacura Flow that we have been developing for 20 years, almost 15 maybe. And that's your app builder. That's where you build your apps. So you can build mobile apps. You can build these portals that we've seen. You can have any type of interface. And we build this using something called low-code technology. So it's a local platform, meaning that you don't have to program your apps. You configure the apps. So you do it by drawing these type of flows like this, where you have like the blue men here, they are the user interface, and you have the cogwheels, which connects to IFS. So we have an API connection to IFS. We can connect to any type of version of IFS, but we can also connect to any system that they have using APIs, web services, database connections, whatever. And you don't have to program it, you just draw it like this.
And one more point is that should you have a system where you would wish you could integrate it to your IFS to automate processes, if there isn't a connector, we will build one for you.
So let's see a little bit more how you do this. So this is the designer where you design it. This is a real type of app that we built with a different, now they are green in this, but it's still the same man here, like has the user interface and you have the connections there. So this is your kind of application builder, and we can do that for you, but you can also do that yourself. That's up to you when you build these apps. So what you do is like you open a step like this, and here you have the configuration interface. Everything is like simple, easy to configure. So you set up your user interface like this, really easy and simple. So when you're done with this, you just publish it, and then you have it on all your devices. You don't have to make one web version, one iOS version, one Android version, and so on. So you just publish it, and you have it everywhere you want to use it.
And I'd like to add there that the facility, the simplicity of making such amendments to change a process. We've seen since the 10th of January how volatile the world has become, how things are changing from one day to another. With a tool like this in your portfolio, you have the ability to respond with agility to a changing world. You can, within hours, or even sometimes minutes, you can actually change your processes to correspond to the world around you, that you can modify and optimize your operations. It's a totally new dimension of agility that this offers your business.
Yeah, which also goes back to the what we had in the beginning, that a lot of the value you have in your business lies in how you work your processes, and that's a valuable asset that you should take care of. And you should be able to react on whatever happens around you. Yeah, so this is an example. So you had this kind of user form that you configured, and that turns into something nice looking that you can use as an end user in different environments, different contexts. The thinking here is it should be super simple to use this. There is no training needed to run whatever process you have. You make it as simple as possible, so anyone can run whatever process you have or whatever task you need to do. And the same for the portal as well. So it's everything in the portal is configurable. You kind of compose these interfaces using different elements, different types of interfaces for tables, diagrams, records, Gantt charts. You have it, and you decide, where should I get the data? Is it from IFS? Is it from somewhere else? Do I want to kind of merge data from different systems here? And you define also what to do. It's not just displaying data. You can also do things from here. You can, if you have a bunch of orders, you can also execute a custom order or a work order or whatever from here. So there's also other platforms that kind of does this. But what we're really good at, what we think we're really good at is our industry orientation. That we have specifically made this for your type of businesses. Like if you're an industry manufacturing company, for example, there's a lot of good features in the platform made specifically for you. So there's barcode scanning, like integrated. You can use these type of Zebra devices, for example. We use the scanning features that you have that, so you can easily go through a process, a task, just by scanning. And we can scan all types of, take care of all types of labels, barcodes, QR codes. We can resolve the QR codes. We can also work with RFID tags. We can also work with complex labels like this one, where you have a bunch of labels on a reel like this, and we extract that and turn it into the fields, the information that you need to run under RIO, for example, or you put away type of flow. You can run it online, you can also run it offline. If you don't have any connectivity, you can run the app offline. So you can just design it how you want it.
And of course, offline is a very important topic when we talk about service and service orders where you have people in the field. Sometimes they're working in remote areas without coverage. Sometimes they are in a basement somewhere without coverage. Being able to continue your work, to report, to have access to the data you need to have access to, can make all the difference in the efficiency and the accuracy of the performance of the work.
Yes, a GPS, of course, you can use that to track your location or easily get your location. And one of the biggest, I think, strength of the platform that is the connectivity in the platform. So you can connect to basically anything using different type of interfaces. Just to be able to connect everything in a process in the same interface. So you don't want to have someone working in different interfaces. So maybe you use IFS as your main application, but you still need to go into different interfaces to complete the process. Instead, we connect everything in the same interface, and you can do everything there in the same app. Of course, I mean, we need to mention AI. We use AI like as a natural part of these applications now. So we can use different tools, like I said, like to interpret pictures, for example, to understand if you have a quality issue, a document, but also like to be able to do this kind of larger data sets to understand what you have in a data set, to be able to react on that. We can create automated applications also, not just user interfaces, but automations where you can monitor your data and take action if something happens. If you have a machine, for example, and something happens with the machine, you can automatically react and create an emergency work order, for example.
Basically, this means that AI is available to you in your current version of IFS. If you would still be on IFS 10, if you would be on IFS 9, you can still apply these tools within your processes.
I think one strength with this is like we do it really on a very practical level. You would understand how you use AI with a product. It's very down to earth. You have a specific issue that you want to solve. You just don't want to work with AI in general. You want to solve a problem. And that's what we do with this platform. We solve problems. And we can use AI whenever you need to use AI. Another example of kind of industry focus is the Bluetooth connectivity, where you can connect different devices, like this, where you measure the depth or the thickness of a pipe. And you can get that data directly into the app. So the app is directly connected to the device. This works for this type of devices, but also for scales and other type of instruments that you have. Just to make it easier for anyone who is working. This is another AI example where we have a cookie machine. Maybe that's not the real use case, but this is an example. So you can understand where you have a bad cookie, and then you need to do something. You need to scrap that cookie, or you need to do something. So that was kind of the usage part of it, but the other side of it is it's a platform dedicated to IFS and to work with IFS, who we've been working with IFS for a long time, and we make sure that this platform works perfectly on top of your IFS applications. So we can connect to any version of IFS, depending, regardless if you have an older version like IFS Applications 10.9. We use the PLC-Full API to connect, or if you have a IFS Cloud installation, we use the OData APIs. So that doesn't matter what version you run, we can still connect the platform to your IFS. And maybe you can say also, like, if you want to if you run the apps on IFS 10 and you upgrade to IFS Cloud, you can still run the apps exactly as they are. You don't have to change the user interface just because you upgrade.
That also means that should you have a large organization in multiple countries, you are doing a gradual rollout to IFS Cloud, for example, then you can have the same applications across your entire organization with the same user experience, using the same information, so that people, should we say, people in the US and the people in France would have the same experience when working with apps and doing the same things in the same way, even if they are on different versions of IFS.
You can also make the apps in different languages, which is a good thing that, like in French. We have something that we call deep ERP integration. It's like some kind of something that we want to promote. So, I mean, we can reach all the logic, all the data, everything that you have in IFS, you can also have that in our applications. And the good thing with this is, like, it's not like a typical integration, but it's something that actually runs on top of IFS. So whatever you do in our app, if you follow the little animation ad that we have, so when you do something here, it will be immediately available or happen at the same time in your IFS instance. So it's live, it's direct on IFS, and you don't have to have any kind of integration platform in between. So you can treat the application, the interface, as just another interface to IFS. You can compare it to Rayner interface, but we do the same. But the possibilities with our interface is you get all the flexibility to design this the way you want to, in a really easy way also. And on top of this, just to make it as easy as possible for you, is that we also have a library of ready-made applications. So you can use these applications to quickly get started with the platform on IFS applications or on IFS Cloud. There's a lot of different apps that we have ready-made in our app store, and you can use this as a template. So you take one app into the studio, you get something, you get a good start like this, and then you can easily change it. You can do whatever modification you want to. It's not like a CRIM object or whatever in IFS. It's just a configuration change in this app. So you get a really good start using these templates. And another kind of good thing with the platform is that you get this kind of evergreen readiness approach, modification-free ERP. So instead of doing a lot of CRIM objects, modifications in IFS, you can take them out. IFS call this extend on the outside. So instead of doing modification inside IFS, you can do it outside IFS, which makes it easier for you to upgrade, to go from an old version to a new version like Cloud. So from IFS 10 to IFS Cloud, you keep your modifications in a layer outside IFS.
And specifically when you've migrated to IFS Cloud and you have modification upgrades coming twice a year, if you have a lot of modifications inside the core, that will mean you have a lot of control work to do for every modification without every upgrade. If you put it in layer outside on top of it, all you need to check is do the connectors still exist from one version to the next? If the answer is yes, then you're good to go. So you have a much easier and simpler life in the evergreen world.
Exactly. So I think that kind of concluded all the bombardation of slides here on you. Hope you got something out of this. But as a conclusion, we can build really smart business apps in Novacura Flow. So that's all about the platform, building smart apps with the platform. Based on your business, it's like up to you how you wanna use this, how you wanna run your apps, what type of apps you want, which type of interfaces you wanna use. You have different roles in your organization. You build specific apps for these type of roles in different situations. So that's the smart business apps. But you still can use the Power IFS and most of all the standard IFS that you have. So you can keep your IFS standard, no modifications. Instead, you do everything in Novacura Flow, but you still can use all the good stuff that you have in IFS. You can utilize the investment you have done in IFS in a much higher degree if you use our platform. And then you can gain maximum business value out of this. So I think the combination is really strong with a Novacura Flow platform combined with IFS. You have a lot of good things that you can do in your business. Using a strong platform, a local platform, using a strong ERP, you get a lot of power.
And we get fantastic feedback from our customers on how they gain from the combination of a strong and fantastic IFS platform and adding to that the flexibility of tailoring their processes exactly to their needs, because after all, every business has its identity through the way they do their work. How do they serve their customers? And being able to tailor the processes exactly to the way you want to work gives you your competitive advantage. We've got customers who tell us that despite the great ERP system that they have already, they still, with one single process, in the number of factories they have, they save 10,000 hours a year. That's a customer statement based on their own measurements. It's one of many customer statements and testimonies that show how you can build business values by using the ERP system you already have. That's already a strong machine for your business, but then really tailoring it to the way you want to work.
Yeah, so I think that concludes our presentation. So do you have any questions? Anything that you want to ask, or anything that you want to have a clarification of?
What is your model of licensing? It's I will try to make it loud. What is your model of licensing? It is mostly cost,
yeah, that's like a per user pricing basically. So yeah, so you have a base platform price, and then you have a per user price. Also app price. If you wanna build your own specific application, you can we can price only that also.
Other questions?
This is more a detailed summary. You can read this if you want to. Any other questions? Yes?
Do you have customers that replaced the Wadaco standard system by your solution?
Oh, it's a very good question. Yes, we have. I think that's actually one of the things. If you look at in our library, our WMS library, you have all the transactions there. So we have been doing that a lot. Where you need to, as Wadaco is like a standard. It is what it is. It's like a box of things. There you can be more flexible with our solution. You can do whatever you want, and you can select what type of transactions you want to put into the platform and run. So yes, we have done that a lot actually.
As a matter of fact, it's one of our most popular app suites.
Anything else?
So what we wanted to show you with this this bombardment of slides that Petter was mentioning was give you a lot of inspiration, because every one of you have your specific needs, your specific areas where there's something that is working pretty good, but it's not perfect for how you would wish you could work. So this set of slides with a number of different applications, it's to inspire you, to show you the diversity of how this platform can be used to serve exactly the needs you have. So we love to be challenged, because one of the things that we pride ourselves of is being the yes company. Someone very much more well-known than ourselves a few years back said, yes, we can, and so can we.
We can, really. So, but if you have any more questions, or if you want to talk to us, this is Axel, by the way. He's not here today. But we have Rayner, who's even more good-looking, so talk to Rayner. He also speaks French really well, so speaks French really. Yeah. I think that's it then. If you don't have any more questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That concludes the vote of the Swedish jury.